Today is the day that I say goodbye to my old base and begin working on a new one. I've been living in and developing my Overworld base for the first 2-ish years of this world. During that time, I've made a series of cosmetic builds along with large-scale redstone projects. As much as I love this area, it's time for something new, and for me, that means moving to the end dimension. From the day that I started this world, I knew that my permanent base, that my grand finale, was going to take place in the end. Because of this, I've been periodically mining the obsidian pillars as I go. After a long while, every tower was removed and I racked up a statistic score of over 40,000 obsidian mined. Painfully, I also learned that over 3,000 of that obsidian I never picked up. Today, our only task is destroying the EndStone. While destroying all the EndStone manually is possible, and is a feat that's been accomplished by a handful of talented players, I decided to take the TNT flying machine route. This kind of redstone project is a bit out of my league, so I deferred to the great tutorial on the Shulkercraft channel. All of the flying machines you see in this video were based on their design, so if you want to learn how to build them yourself, I'll have that link down below. To start, I made a dirt outline around my end island, with a few blocks of leeway on each side. Now, it was my first time ever building a machine this complicated, so it was a little sloppy at first. I made a lot of silly mistakes, but eventually we got there. In case any of you are unfamiliar, the area with the minecart, TNT, and dead coral is the TNT duping portion of the machine. On the opposite side of the border, I set up a return mechanism that will send the machine flying backward. Everything was in place, so I launched the machine. I followed along for its first round trip just to make sure everything was working correctly. Once I was positive that the first machine was going to work as intended, I started working on the second one. Technically, regardless of how big an area is, you only need one TNT flying machine to destroy it. However, if I build 2, I can cut the time it takes in half, and if I build 3, I can cut it into thirds. Well, that's assuming that I placed the machines intelligently, which I did not. I just eyeballed it and the bombing ended up taking a couple extra hours as a result. Once I finished building the third flying machine, my work was done and all I had to do was wait. The very last block of EndStone has been removed, and I'm left with this wonderfully blank canvas. I plan to fill this area with a few things, starting with a new base. The plan is to build a planet centered on the end portal that has a 101 block diameter. At the time I'm recording this, the new base is actually finished, and I'm loving living in it. It's a huge upgrade from my current setup. If you want to make sure you see the new base, you can subscribe to this channel or leave a like on the video. I hope you enjoyed it.